Welcome to my channel. You are watching Casual Gardening and Cooking. In today's episode, I want to take you through the process of sowing pepper seeds. Now, always check the back description of your seeds for information when is the best time to actually sow the seeds. Now, hopefully, if I will have good germination and I will have a nice set of seedlings, they will eventually go outside to my raised beds, and according to the package they should be ready between May and June. First of all, what we're going to need is some containers. Okay, you can use anything you want. I don't know, packaging after ice cream, yogurt and anything like that. However, you need to make sure that these containers do have some holes in them at the bottom so the excess water can actually get out, and obviously then they need to stand on some sort of a tray to catch that excess water. In my case, I do have a set of these trays, so you do have the containers for the seeds and the tray to catch the excess water. Now, they were not actually a set, it's something that I've put together out of what I've got in my garden. Now, the size of these containers is 8 centimeters by 5 centimeters, so they are fairly large, and that will allow me to leave those plants in those containers for a little bit longer so I don't have to put them in the larger pots. And I only do have 15 seeds, and I'm going to plant all of them, and hopefully that will give me good results. I've not tried these before. Okay, let's talk about the seed mix a little bit. Now, I do not recommend using soil from your garden or something that you used, for example, last year. Definitely don't do that. That could introduce some diseases or some parasites, and you definitely don't want that on this early stage to cause some harm to your seeds. So every single year I do buy separate seed soil. You don't need to have any nutrition in this type of soil. It's just for germination. At later stages, you may want soil with a little bit of nutrition to help the plants grow. What's important though is that the soil itself, it's nice and light. Okay, so it's not lumpy, it's not hard, it's nice and light. Plus, the soil itself needs to be in a consistency that it will allow the excess water to fall through to the tray beneath, as it's super important not to have too much water in those containers, as again that could potentially ruin your seeds, that it could lead to rot or introduce some fungi, which we definitely don't want. Now, to the soil itself, I will be adding some perlite, although you can also use vermiculite, and they are very similar to each other. Basically, there's some sort of a stone. It's super light. It's light as a feather. But what it does, it actually holds up the moisture and a good amount of it. So it's absolutely perfect and crucial for your seeds to start germinating. Okay, and later on they will keep the soil moist but not too wet, just enough for your plants to be nice and healthy and not to cause any potential issues. So I'm going to do the mix right now. First of all, we're going to add the soil. Now, make sure that all the lumps are grated down. You definitely want to have a smooth soil for here with no lumps, and if you're gonna get any larger pieces like this, stones, anything like that, just put them to one side. We definitely don't want those in the mix. And then you can add the perlite. Now you can just mix it, both of them together, so you more or less get an equal spread. And that's what more or less we're looking for. With the seeding mix now ready, we can fill up our trays. And just push down the soil slightly in this container so you know exactly how much you've got, and if you need to top it up a little bit. Okay, and now it's time for the seeds themselves. As I said, I only got 15 seeds, and pepper seeds are quite large, so there shouldn't be any issues with actually planting them. And what you want to do is to have holes that are about 5 mm deep. Don't go deeper than that. There's no need. 5 mm will be absolutely fine. And just put the seeds inside. And now just in a delicate way, just cover them up. No need to put too much pressure. And now what I actually do like to do is put a layer of perlite on top. That will make sure I've got constant level of moisture and I won't be having any issues with that. It's especially important when we are just waiting for the first germination. The seed itself, it will have enough moisture to start germinating. And we won't have to worry about that our seed has got too much water or not enough. Now the next very important thing is how to water these, okay? You then definitely don't want to have a big stream of water. That could cause the seeds to actually move about, shift about, so I'll use a sprayer like this, and basically it produces a nice smooth mist. And you know exactly how much you put in, and I can keep the level of the moisture like that. Later on, when they do germinate, I'll switch to a different method, but I'll show you that in a separate video. And now I can move them to the trays. That will hold any excess water. Another thing I strongly recommend that you do is to put a marker so you know exactly what you've got in your tray, especially if you're doing a lot of sowing. You will not lose yourself and you'll know exactly which variety and what you've got in those containers. On top of that, you could actually put a date when you've put the seeds into the soil, so you know exactly where to expect them to germinate. Now the temperature for these to germinate needs to be at least 18 degrees, but best about 24-25, and they will germinate, or they should germinate, between 7 to 14 days. So now you just need to make sure the warmth is there, the moisture levels is there, and that's about it. When they germinate, I will have a separate video for you on that, how to look after those, so you're gonna have nice seedlings when the time comes. But making sure you're not gonna miss that video, subscribe to my channel, and if you did enjoy today's video, drop me that like button down below and share this video with your friends and family as well. However, the next video won't be the last one on these peppers, as I will take you through the whole journey right up to harvest. So it's definitely a good reason to subscribe. But hey, that's it from me today. Have a fantastic day. Take care.